government's not coming to save you. Your employer is not coming to save you. You are going to have to do things different or just end up another statistic in this report. According to a new analysis, most Americans don't make enough money to cover the basic costs of living. Like we seriously needed a report to tell us that. At least they're admitting it, I guess. The report from the Ludwig Institute for Shared Economic Prosperity reveals that for the bottom 60% of households, a minimum quality of life is out of reach. This is where we are in the book right now, and it's just going to get worse. Things like the national unemployment rate and the official CPI rate of inflation grossly underestimate the gravity of the situation that most Americans face on a day-to-day basis, scraping by with their families, if they can even afford to have families. Really, it baffles me that someone can read a report that says most Americans can't afford basic life and just turn the other way and just ignore this and not be completely appalled, disgusted, and disappointed at how we got here. The status quo has gone from the American dream with pets, kids, cars, vacations, a white picket fence with a home, to now surviving, and even that is out of reach. For 60%, that's a majority. That's most people who live in the richest country in the world. We have to take this into our own hands. The government's not coming to save you. Your employer is not coming to save you. You are going to have to do things different to get yourself out of this mess, or just end up another statistic in this report. I mean, take a look for yourself at the report, which measures the minimum quality of life, or MQL, cost by family size. And these are 2023 numbers, so you can bet your bottom dollar that things are way worse now. Want to get married and have a kid? Well, that's going to be about 100 grand for the minimum quality of life in 2023. You could call that about 105 to 110K now. But according to census.gov, the median household income in the United States is not even that number. In fact, it's around 80K in 2023. So of course, way less than what is needed. People aren't having kids, people aren't getting married because it's just math. People can't afford it. In fact, a majority of Americans can't, according to this report. And anecdotally, in my experience, the same is also true. And this all begs the question, what happens to a society that can't afford to have families and reproduce? This has all happened because the government and others have brought future consumption forward to today and has accumulated massive debt in the form of trillions of dollars that future generations will have to pay for, paying for a party that they were not able to themselves attend. Bruh. As of the time of me making this video, the United States debt is about $36.9 trillion. Fun fact, in October of 1981, America's national debt surpassed $1 trillion for the first time. And it was a huge deal. It was an earth-shattering astronomical number. And now we are about 37 times more than that. So it took from around 1776 to 1981, a little over 200 years, to accumulate $1 trillion in debt. America crossed $10 trillion in debt in 2008. And in less than 20 years, we've almost 4x'd that number. This is equivalent to you having a credit card with basically no limit, and you just rack it up, accumulating millions and millions and millions of dollars in debt, and then you never pay it. Your kids have to.
Okay, rack them up. Rack them up, rack them up, rack them up.
So if it makes you feel any better, the government can't actually afford anything either. We're all in the same boat. So what can you do to survive? Since the government cannot pay this debt off with the money they have, they're going to create new money to pay off the old debt, creating new debt. This is like you have a credit card you can't pay off, so you open up a new credit card to pay off the old credit card, but you're still stuck with debt. When this happens, the price of assets like houses, gold, stocks, Bitcoin go up drastically because the amount of money in the system is going up at an alarming rate. And these things are harder to produce than dollars, which are just created out of nothing through a stroke of a keyboard out of thin air whenever they want. Look, gold is going to 5,000 an ounce to 10,000 an ounce. Houses are going to millions of dollars. They already are in parts of Canada, definitely in Washington, Seattle area, California. You're already seeing stuff like that. Bitcoin's already at $100,000. There's no reason it can't go to $250,000, $500,000, or even $1 million. There's a good chance that the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and international indices will also perform very well in terms of US dollars increasing over time. Basically anything other than US dollars. And just don't sell through the volatility, ignore the noise, try to turn off the news, although that's not always easy. But let me know how you're doing with this cost of living situation. Let me know what's hitting you the hardest and what you're doing to stay afloat. But there you have it. If you guys like the content, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Take care.